Welcome once again to Theater, Storytelling in Action. We will continue to explore the proscenium arch space by considering how a director exploits the geography of the space to its best advantage. As we said in the last episode, the ruling convention of the proscenium space is picturization. Picturization is the process of creating stage pictures behind the picture frame of the proscenium arch. The goal of this convention is achieved by moving actors through a series of 9 blocks on the stage. The common term, blocking, to describe the general movement of the stage, was derived from these stage blocks. Let's begin by learning how the blocks create a stage picture. The downstage blocks make up the foreground of the stage picture. This area of the stage is used for emphasis. When we want to focus on a particular character at any given time during the action of the play, we block this character in one of the downstage blocks. The reasons that the blocks at the front of the stage are referred to as downstage is because during the Renaissance, not only was the house raked, so was the stage. This was done to enhance the illusion of depth that was created by using the vanishing point on stage drops. So when an actor moved to the front of the stage, they were literally going downstage. When we want characters or actions to play a significant role that is secondary to those in the downstage area, we place them in the center stage blocks or in the middle ground. The center stage blocks can serve as the most powerful blocks on the stage if there are no characters in the downstage blocks. This is a way to save the downstage blocks for more climactic scenes. Characters or actions that simply serve to support the primary action are placed in the upstage blocks, which serve as the background of the stage picture. There is a hierarchy of strength in each of the blocks on stage. As we have said, the down center block is the strongest block on the stage because of the tendency of the audience's eye to rest on the center of a composition. Because our eye tends to scan a composition from left to right, the down right block is the second strongest block on the stage. This leaves the down left block as the third strongest block. As logic would follow, the next strongest block is center stage, followed by right center, and left center serving as the sixth strongest block. Moving up stage, up center serves as the strongest block of the background, moving to upright, with up left serving as the weakest block of the stage, with all things being equal. However, all things are rarely equal on the proscenium stage, nor should they be. There are other variables that affect the strength of the blocks on the stage. A wise director knows how to manipulate these variables for all they have to offer. The most significant of these variables is the employment of physical levels. The down center block is the strongest block because it is closer to the audience and makes the actor who is staged there appear larger than those in the background. One way to change the strength of an area is to raise its level. Upstage center may be a comparatively weak position on the proscenium stage, but if a character is located on a balcony in that space, they suddenly assume a significantly strong position. This is why scenic designers often employ the use of different levels in their set designs. This approach creates a geography of varied strength that makes for interesting power dynamics between characters. It also provides an environment for more aesthetically pleasing stage pictures. One of the most static and uninteresting compositions on the proscenium stage is a straight line. This arrangement calls attention to the two-dimensional nature of the proscenium space and makes emphasis uncertain. When a director is in a position where they must employ a straight line on the proscenium stage, One technique they can use is to stage the actors at different physical levels. This will allow for more interesting visual compositions and clarify the power dynamics between the characters. Reinforcing this effect is the technique known as the stage triangle. The stage triangle flows simply from what is referred to as the shared position on the proscenium stage. When two people speak in general conversation, they typically face one another. However, in the world of the proscenium space, two characters in profile create a climactic composition that tends to communicate conflict between the characters. The shared position shares the conversation with the audience. The actor will consider the upstage foot of the other actor and match its position. Both actors will drop their downstage feet toward the nearest wing, creating an invisible triangle on the floor between them. Then they will drop their downstage shoulders back to cheat toward the audience, sharing their conversation with them while creating the illusion that they are unaware of their presence. Taking this concept further, a director creates the illusion of depth on the proscenium stage by employing a design that interconnects triangles between the characters in the various stage blocks. As the dynamics between the characters change, the blocking on the stage changes to emphasize the shift. This design often employs the strength of the stage blocks in connection with the various levels on the stage. Stage triangles are often employed in tight compositions as well. This is a technique that was used by the master painters of the Renaissance to create dramatic power dynamics between the subjects of their paintings. It's a testament to the power of the art of theater that their artists can also employ these visual techniques, but additionally have the opportunity to make them come alive. The communicating power of these triangle compositions can be taken even further along with other variables such as body positions and actor intensity. These will be explored in depth in the section of videos on the art of stage directing. As we said in the last episode, one of the disadvantages of the proscenium space is that the distance from the audience can create a sense of remoteness that lacks intimacy. The other two spaces used in theater today remedy this disadvantage. However, both involve vastly different geographies that require unique conventions and techniques that utilize these spaces to their full advantage. We'll look at one of these spaces, the thrust, in the next episode of Theater, Storytelling in Action. We'll see you then.